Okay, now we're going to take a look at a couple of the really super cool features that Adobe InDesign has that I really liked. First, we're going to take a look at the Panorama uh, feature in the Folio overlays. So let's go to another page, and I am going to create a box, content box, and we're going to pull in some imagery here. We're going to go content box. Bring that right there. And this is really quick here. Let's see, we got that object. Let's make that wrap around so that we keep our text out of there. So we've got that selected. And now what we're going to do is go under the panorama window, click on that, and let's click that, make sure we got that selected, that box selected. So we've got our image box selected, and now we've selected the Panorama and Overlays, and it's going to ask us to look for a folder of some images that we have to have set for this. And what there's two options here. We can make a panorama with like a 360 around view, or we can take and make a cubicle view, like you're looking inside of a cube that you see some of these, like they'll do in websites with really cool rooms or cockpits of airplanes. But the trick about this is, if you want that cube effect, looking inside of a cube, you have to have a sequence of photos set up in this order, starting with 1, and this is the way that they have to be. They have to be in the photos have to be taken. 1, 2, 3, 4 comes back around this way, and 5 up on top, and 6 down below. And they have to be in this following pattern. You have to divide them up. I've tried this because one thing, it's going to take a special type of camera to do this, so that all your edges kind of line up correctly. I have not tried to do this, but I think it's kind of cool to look at. And the only image I was able to take is what was in the Adobe Digital Publishing Suite tutorial, and I made these images just so we can play around with it and kind of screw off with it a little bit to see how it works. Probably what you're going to be using is the panorama view 360, where you're going to be not even going vertical or in any direction up or down. But I've got these set up, but let's just see how cool this is. We'll play around with it a little bit. But I've got those images in a folder already, but we've got this selected. And here's our box, our content box. And we go under Panorama. Now we go under Load the Images, and I have a folder in our Projects folder. Let's go back to our Projects folder. And I have the image sequences here, Image Sequence 360. And all of these images, you need to make sure, if you're pulling in galleries, you're going to do some of this stuff, make sure that all the photographs are nested in their own respective folders. So this is under Image Sequence. I could have named this, actually it's right here, I'm sorry, Panorama. So I name it by the Folio overlay that we're going to be using. So here's the Panorama cube, and I'm just going to hit Open, and it's going to open up all those images. They're all nested in there in one content box. I'm going to take and enlarge this. Actually, let's just do it this way. The easy way is just to kind of click and drag that content box and go Object, Fitting, Fit Content to Frame, and it should pop all over. There we go. And let's make this a wraparound so that it pushes that text out. There we go. So now we've got all of those 6 images inside that one box. What we can do is let's take a look and see how that looks and how that works. So running a little bit slow. Close that window. It's a preview. On desktop, and this will launch our Adobe Content Viewer on our desktop. And there we go. So now we can view it. See, it's like looking inside of a cube. It's going to be tricky to make this. If you've got a camera, they've got these special lens cameras that you can do that. But you basically need to take just 6 views with the camera. Now, if we want, we've got this set up. We can limit the vertical pan. So if we want to just go now and just go vertical 0 and 0, that means it's going to lock it. It's going to take away our vertical. So what we want to do is now take a preview. This should just show us a look at the preview on desktop, and it should just be a just pretty much a 360. There we go. So we click on that. Let's see. Yeah, it's just a 360 because I cannot move up and down, but I can just go around this way. And this is probably the one you're probably going to want to use most. I mean, we can do that with a conventional camera, I'm sure. But I like fun, so I'm going to keep it in the cubed view, and we'll hit save. And we have that one saved. So that's how you can use your panorama overlay to create a cubed view.